Hi everybody, my name is Sarah, also known as Weight Watcher, Cape Cod Woman. And today's topic, I just got back from my 4-mile walk and I was thinking, I got a couple of topics rolling around in my head, but one of them is, do you know what hunger is? Do you know what physical hunger is versus emotional eating? Wow. When I was like 24, it was 1974, I went to an Overeaters Anonymous meeting. And that's when I really surrendered and accepted that I had a problem. And I began to make choices then, way back then, on foods in my life. Things weren't working. And I knew that like there was something going on. There was a problem. And I was an emotional eater. Duh! You know, I was an emotional eater before I knew what emotions were. You know, as a young child, I babysat for families because there was no food in my fridge. It's like one of those wham stories. So anyway, I was a compulsive overeater. I ate my feelings that I didn't even know I had. And I just had this hunger inside of me. So I would babysit for these families and I would eat their food because they had food. There wasn't a lot of food choices in my fridge at home growing up. And so I would babysit and they loved me because I was this responsible young person. They could actually go to the store without their 1, 2, 3 kids. I could be trusted. I lived around the corner. They knew who I was. And I would eat their food. And so I babysat for a few families. And with the money that I made, I would take, certain families had older kids, and we would walk to the playground that was next to a candy store. Brilliant for that person, right? And I would buy bags of junk that I would, you know, they'd be on the swing and the seesaw and the merry-go-round thing and doing all their things. And I would be sitting there on a swing eating candy bar after candy bar after candy bar. I mean, I was totally addicted. I'm talking like eating 10 at the same, you know, all at once. When I wasn't babysitting for them, I would do things like make a batch Toll House cookie dough, eat the whole thing, make a cake mix, and slurp the whole thing. I didn't need for something to be baked to be addicted to it. So my, whatever it was, hunger button was definitely triggered by sugar at a very young age, and then sugar and flour, white flour. And I, you know, anyway, it just, I knew I had a problem. And there were certain times in my life where being pregnant was one. Although I was making healthier choices, you know, it still was a license to enjoy myself. So I don't know when I discovered my button inside that said, "You're full." I had no full button. And I thought that a full button was kind of like ordering a car and getting, you know, the perks and stuff. And, you know, like air conditioning or heated seats or leather seats or sunroof or tinted windows. I thought in a human being that having a full button was just something that I just didn't get. It's like, wow, you guys are lucky, but I just never knew full. I never knew full. I mean, I just would just eat till I could explode. And eventually, perhaps it was my 50s, I began to understand my full button. Now, this is after years of being healthier, definitely being healthier, and losing some weight at certain times, but never in the way that I've been doing for the last few years. And even though I've been with Weight Watchers for 11 months, I was making healthier choices back when, but I wasn't tracking. And tracking for me is definitely the feature on the car that I want to purchase because it just pulls it all together for me and ties it up in a great big bow. And I do know my full button now, and I do know my hunger button right now, my authentic physical hunger button, and I know my full button. And because I'm totally in charge of what I put in my mouth now. I'm not going places and just saying, ah, that looks great, I'll have that. What are you getting? You know, I don't do that. If I'm going out to a restaurant, I am researching what I'm having. And there are some things, there are some days or some, you know, breakfast meal or something that I won't track. Or I went to the movies last Saturday and, you know, I had a goodie there and I didn't track it. You know, I just enjoyed it because I know I'm not going to go back. Did it trigger me to want to go back for more the next day or the next day or the next weekend? You bet. But going without it each day, it becomes less of a craving. And I know in my head and my heart, I know that I can have it again. And I think that was the part that I love about being where I am today with my food, is that there is no deprivation. And Weight Watchers really honors that and teaches that, probably at the face-to-face meetings that I don't go to. You don't have to deprive yourself. And there are some things that I don't want the healthy substitute. I don't want the alternative. There are some things that I just gotta have. One is when I go to the movies. I gotta have that. And I'm not gonna, like, you know, for a while there I was bringing my own and, you know, stealthily bringing it in. But then I went, you know, hey, I kind of like the real deal. It's not like I'm having it all the time. And so I allow myself that. And did I eat past being full? Yes, I did. And the reason why is that Greg said he would eat more of it. So I got the larger size. I won't do that again. So lesson learned. I will go back to that smaller size that we both shared, and it was enough since I've been on Weight Watchers that we've enjoyed, but not this time. You know, when they say your eyes are bigger than your stomach, yeah. I was probably fantasizing about that item for 4 days, you know. Somebody said to me, what movie did you see? I don't care. It's about that item in the dark theater. Mindless, right? Mindless. So I know mindless eating, and I watch it where I work, and it kind of tears me up. I mean, I'm not a crusader and telling them what they're doing. It's just interesting watching people, you know, and sometimes I'll just say to them, why don't you sit down and eat and enjoy it instead of like standing there shoving it in while you're, you know, waiting for your coffee or something like that. So getting a respect, a healthy respect for my hunger button and my full button is something that, you know, it's a journey. And I'm not sure if you guys are like paying attention to your hunger button, your authentic physical hunger button versus the emotional. I mean, I could do hours on emotional eating, and I suppose all of us could, right? But it's the authentic physical hunger button, and it is the full button. It is the full, when it like registers full, you know, there you go. And because I've been doing this with my portions, because I use my tracker with weighing and measuring long enough, I know I eat slow. Another recommendation. Sometimes I have a great big glass of water before I begin to eat. In fact, I usually do dinner. So I know my body, whether it's, you know, a meat, starch, a veggie meal, or it's a big salad with some protein on it type of meal. I know when because I'm eating slow, so I'm like subconsciously monitoring when I'm going to be full. And I even know when I'm like, I've taken that bite over the line of a salad. I just know. I'm a hearty eater. I eat tons and tons and tons of veggies. I have that huge salad every night. My portions of, you know, meat, you know, have gone from a deck of cards to, oh God, I can't even think of what it would be, but it's even smaller than that now, you know. And I'm really comfortable with it. You know, I can be comfortable with the 3-ounce filet mignon on Saturdays. And if you told me that that would work for me, I never would have believed you. So I'm paying attention. So this is about the physical hunger button, the I'm full button, and the paying attention button. Because of course you have to get to paying attention before you can recognize your buttons going off inside of you. And some of the things that led me along the way, besides the water, are do you gulp when you eat and then you end up with this balloon stomach because you're gulping and talking and everything else? I am so methodical when I eat. If people looked at me, they'd say, that woman is just weird. And it's like, yeah, I am. I am, because I know I need to eat slow. I need to savor every bite. And that's just how I roll. If I know, somebody was talking about having to go to this book club or something like that, and she knew that it would involve drinks and apps, what would I do? I told her I'd have my big salad before I went, and I might not have anything. I might have like a fancy water with a lemon in it and just not eat. Because I don't know about you, but when I'm with women, it is just like this. It is just like this. And I don't need a $26 entree to not even know that I've eaten because I'm so busy talking. I don't drink alcohol, so that's not a problem for me. But and I don't do apps. I don't do apps unless it's like going to be considered my entree. Like sometimes places have a homemade pasta as an app, where it comes in a little dish like this. So I'm trying to be, I try to continue to be mindful, paying attention, knowing my hunger button, knowing my full button, and knowing, just keeping a check on me in social situations, because we're in the warmer weather now, and this is when things seem to come up. So I'm kind of floating 3 or 4 different ideas with this video. Tell me what you think down below. Which one captured you? Are you working on it? Would you like to work on it? Or it's like, I never even knew it existed, right? So let me know what you think down below. And once again, my name is Sarah, Weight Watcher Cape Cod woman. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now.